Let's get physical.
I miss you. I miss you. Thank you so much for having me on here. What a fun way to do things.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so happy to have you on. You had to have an introduction like that. I mean, I couldn't.
I love you. You oversold me. I can't live up to that.
I just want to get everybody singing and dancing. So, people, I am so excited to introduce you. This is Michael Orr. He is celebrity fitness trainer and applied research scientist, which we will come back to because I want to know all about that. He's had 15 years in the health and fitness industry and trained bodies of many people that we've seen on screen and TV. And I want you to name some names later on. So Michael is credited with developing synergistic nutraceutical blends within the supplement industry. And his studies through applied research on the body, nutrition, and supplementation have contributed to methods used for natural muscle development, sport, and rehabilitation. So this guy is a man of many, many, many talents. And get this, he's also a contortionist. It's incredible. And he's also my F45 trainer. You know how much
you have to have experience in everything. You have to practice what you preach, and otherwise, and that goes full circle into the applied research. You can say anything, and I see it all over the place. Like especially right now, do this, you'll look like that. Do this, take this, you'll get these results. And then you take it, you do it, it doesn't work like that, and you go, what happened? Well, that's where the applied research comes in. Like, let's put it to the test. And very few companies will take that initiative to have it tested. It's one of those things like the supplement industry is unregulated by the FDA, so they can pass whatever they want. Say it does something, and until somebody proves it wrong or a banned substance, they're good to go. So that's where we come in and go through and say, all right, let's see if it works, and administer it on a group test. And if it works, great. You can claim your fame. If it doesn't, they tend to backpedal a little bit, continue to release it, but don't display the results. So with like a lot of everything I do, especially in fitness, it's how I got involved in fitness and immediately climbed up. Was I was doing things so different to what was like commonly known, and that was my biggest thing. Is when I came into fitness, I wanted to change the common thoughts and methods within fitness to things that actually work. And I started, and I did it myself. I started to win shows. I started to go around. I was getting introduced to all these different big companies, and everyone at first, they make fun of, your range of motion is off, your eating style is off, your supplementation is off. Why are you doing this? And then at the end of the show, they'd say, man, how did you get like that? And I would look at them and I'd be like, all the things that you told me that weren't going to work are the things that are working at an accelerated rate because I studied the body rather than study the sport. And that's entirely different. So your body reacts differently. And that's what comes into nutrition and why we crave things. Nobody ever takes the chance to really study the body. They're rather studying the food source rather than what's contributed within it, if that makes sense.
And I think the wonderful thing that you have that I have found working out with you in F45 is that you understand all our bodies are different. And so when we're in the middle of doing a challenge and someone's losing 5 pounds and I'm losing 1, and I'm like, why is this happening to me? And you were able to explain to us how different our bodies are. And you would say, okay, try this, try that. Your body isn't reacting to this or that. Your knowledge really, really helped us during that time. All our bodies are so different.
It's true. We all have a different background. Like the majority of my background is Italian. So when I do, let's say like a competition and I prep, I can eat pasta, and that's fine. Most people will bloat. They have a gluten allergy. They go through, and they're like, "Oh, how do you eat pasta?" And I go, "I'm Italian." For years upon years, my family has evolved to digesting pasta. Right. So it's no problem for me. Like Asian and rice, they can eat rice right up into a show and they won't bloat or anything. And then the Italian guy goes, "Oh, that's not fair. I wish I could eat rice. It's bad for you." Well, it's not going to work for the Italian, but it's going to work for them. And understanding that and trying to undo, and that comes within, like today, I wrote a big article and it got taken down.
Oh, why?
But on terms of, what is, how we're evolving within like today's standard versus 50 years ago. And, let's say today you have two kids and you have one kid who goes pure organic and no hormones, all pure food and goes through. And that's fantastic. That's great. They're going to miss out on all that. However, they're going to be more susceptible to a lot of the newborn diseases. Like, this is a great time. So whereas now kids of today eating chicken nuggets, well, chicken nuggets are right there. You're not going to prevent a kid from eating chicken nuggets. I mean, our parents eat chicken nuggets. It goes back. And so you're looking at, we've evolved to digest this, to omit it from our diet. I mean, you can't turn back the wheel 50 years and now you eat like you were living 50 years ago. Yeah. And you're getting sick faster than your friend who only eats McDonald's. And you're like, wait a minute. How come? Well, he's resilient to this new super virus because he's eating super food, still qualified as natural. We evolve over time and we have to accept that. And a friend of mine who always had a smile on his face, and you know me, Charlie, I'm so old school that there are so many things of like new age today that I just look at and I go, oh man, I can't. Yeah. I still can't take a selfie of myself with my shirt off. I can't do it.
You should more often because,
I just can't do it. It's weird.
Somebody keep us girls happy.
Right? That's one thing. If I do it, it's weird. But my friend told me, and he's up to beat. He's older, and he's all within the new fads. He's on Zoom. He's on Twitch. He does all this stuff.
On what? And, Twitch?
Yeah, for video games and all this. Yes, is like there's a ton of this stuff like I don't know about it. Yeah. And he's like, Mike, times have changed, and you have to change with the times. And I looked at him, and he's got this big smile on his face while I'm sitting over here upset that, the self-entitlement, this, all this. And he's happy. And I'm the one going, oh, you know what? He's right. I got to change. So Same thing. We got to change our diets. We got to change the way we lift. We got to change the way we live. We got to do all of this. And now more than ever, and which honestly, this has been as crazy as this quarantine has been. I've seen some of the most beautiful sides of people come out to offer their aid, to give what they have for free. Like, I looked in, what do I have to give? I have my time. I have workouts. That's really all I have to offer. I could offer up some of my research, but people are going to read it and go, thanks.
Right? So online, you do a fabulous, the fitness is your Facebook page. You are giving your time to us because we are struggling. I know I'm struggling with not going to my F45 every day and working out. There are people everywhere going, what do we do now? We can't keep fit. Right. So your time and your expertise is so helpful to so many people to just follow along and do the classes with you. But
I'm happy to do it.
I mean, it is so great that people can do that, but me, like many people, I'm struggling with working out from home. I like to be in a group. I love being with people, and I love being in my group setting. I'm struggling. What advice can you give to everybody that's struggling like me to stay fit?
So not having that community is really difficult, and I mean, we're looking at we have some more time where we're going to have to be disconnected from that community. And 2020 was a year that when it started, as we were approaching it, I was starting to see a shift in fitness. Fitness always changes, and it adapts, it survives, it's not going anywhere. I feel like now more than ever, especially with internet and coming through, people have more access to knowledge. And they're realizing a lot of this stuff. Not only does your average person have access to this, but companies are watching and they're looking at the trends. So when 2020 started, I said, this is the year that people start to take fitness into their own hands. This is the year that you're going to see people really start to excel in themselves. And that stems from, look at all the apps we have now, like the Nike Fitness app. You can put it on, and you have a person doing the workout, and you follow along. Yeah. It's auto. And that's kind of like what I do online now. And I started to see that shift where you have this availability of content. And now more than ever, when I go to the gym, I just see people looking at their phone. And so we're losing that community. And that, again, we have to change with the times. As much as I want to say, let's grasp that community and stay with it, it's that base of people is diminishing. People are starting to, now I'd rather film myself and offer it for either free or for profit, or to try and gain like some sort of celebrity status. And you're seeing that a lot more within fitness. So community is key. And it's the success of like when with F45, community is key. And more so than the workouts themselves. Like what I facilitated at the studios was the community, and that takes priority. They say, oh, you have a fantastic product. You have a fantastic product that people can do at home.
Yes.
What you're not realizing is that community is all you have to offer. And I think that when this is said and done, that realization will come through, and you're going to see another caliber of people excel and businesses thrive that focus on that customer support, that community reach, all of that. And like I said, it's a hard time, but it's a real beautiful time right now where people are really starting to say, oh, well, value means something different now. Price means something different. We only pay really right now for convenience. There's no difference right now whether I'm going to pay $100 or $200 or something for free. If the value isn't convenience, if I really wanted to get a good workout, I'll do it for free. I'll look online, I'll get it. Yeah. If I want that community and value, I'll pay for it. How much? It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm willing to pay 50 or 100 or 2. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm after.
Exactly.
So that's going to be a beautiful time.
It's community. It's so community. For me, it's because I work from home, and a lot of people, work from home.
That's so hard.
It is. It's really hard. And so for me to go to a class every day and have an inspirational teacher like you and Jen, who was one of our other teachers, but have you as our teacher, for me, that was like, and Dion, I know as Dion is listening into this as well. We went because you were there, and and so you're so knowledgeable about the body, and you made it such fun, and you just made it such a great place to go every day. And, I would go 6 days a week.
Right. That bless
for you.
I love you. I just love you. And I mean, I look at it like fitness. And so I'll talk about like at home. So set an alarm every day. You want to set a schedule. Everything we do is like human nature is habitual. So working out, it's a habit. So a lot of people ask me, they go, Mike, do you ever take off? I work out at minimum 6 days a week, minimum. Yeah. Have to. I said, Mike, why don't you ever take a week off, take 2 weeks off? Do you ever do that? I say, no. They say, why? You need it for your body. I said, I will come back. In 2 weeks, I broke the habit. I'm cool. That time I would be passing out in the backyard or at the gym, I'll find a better way to do it. But I've broken that habit. And the hardest thing in the world is to get